to the junkyard yesterday. I grabbed this sway bar. Came out of a 92 sedan. This is a cheap $7 upgrade to what I have. Also grabbed a emergency brake cable out of a 99 Explorer. Also grabbed a spare tire. Thank God I found one for 20 bucks. This came out of a 2010 Mustang. It is the 5x4.5 pattern. It is kind of dished, so you have a little bit of room for brakes. And it is a 17-inch wheel, which will be interesting because this pattern, excuse me, not pattern, size, 155/70/17 equates to about 25.5 inches. Dude, 25.5 inches. And that's a 26 on the back. I've been wanting to get something similar in size. I've been wanting to do like a 15 in the back, a 17 on the front. Putting the spare on will give me a good idea of how that fits. In a little bit, I will jump to comparing the sway bars using my calipers. The factory sway bar is about 5/8 of an inch, and the new one's about 3/4. Metrically, that's like 15 and 19 millimeters. So for $7, it's a cheap upgrade without having to buy like an IPD. I don't know what theirs is, like a 21, something like that. But I'll show those whenever I do the swap. Also, I have been hunting this for almost 4 years. This is the cloth piece that goes in the footwell. Finally found a parts card that had one. I'm gonna have to, I swear I got the little plastic rivets with it, but I don't see them. I don't know what I do with them. Hopefully I didn't leave them in that car, but my car didn't come with one. Every parts car I've looked at has not had one of these. Luckily, I finally found one. All right. Okay, so it's springtime. We got a little bit going on, a little garden stuff going on. It's a mess around here. We got bricks and dirt and flour and garden stuff for the wife. Everywhere. Anyways, so we're trying to get to working on the car again. We ain't did much this winter. Today I'm adjusting adjustable pan hard bar. Had to adjust it because we're rubbing a little bit right here. You can see where the sheet metal, I haven't quite, I've rolled it the same as the other side, but it's 8 little chunks out of the tire and I can hear it scrubbing. I'm assuming that's the only place it's scrubbing. So I have brought the body out this way a little bit. 2 turns on the pan hard. We'll see if that fixes it. I did grab this guy at the junkyard recently. This is a anti-sway bar from a 244. It's thicker than the wagons. So if you measure this with the calipers, it's 19 millimeters or about 5/8 of an inch. The one down here that came with the car, it's about 15 inches. 15 millimeters. Actually, I told you wrong. That one's about 5/8 of an inch. This one is about 3/4. If you go to IPD and get one, it's gonna be about 21 millimeters. So I'm gonna swap that here in a minute. We also got these reinforcement plates from IPD. They are made to go between the body sheet metal and the upper tower assembly. However, I'm not using it for that. We're going to use this as a starting point for a strut tower brace. So I have a pair of these. They're about 50 bucks. I'm going to get them set where I want them. I've talked to my chassis guy that narrowed the rear end for me, and he's going to order me some sticks of tubing. So similar to some nicer braces that are $500+, we're going to make one here plus the lower H brace for about $150. So I'm going to take some tubing, cut little 1-inch pieces, place them here and here to the factory points that the GT support braces would mount. And then I might have to cut down some of these tabs, but I am going to, it won't be a true triangulation, but essentially it'll be triangulated. 2 points on the firewall connected together. And then When this shuts up here, we're gonna have about 1.5 inch piece of tubing go through here. If it's too thick, I may have to flatten it or go with some 1 inches, dual 1 inches that are welded together. Probably have to get a little tubing bender to take care of that. Oop, look at that wasp nest. All right, so I got the sway bar pulled out. This is the factory wagon 245 rear sway bar. Oh, this is gonna be blurry. Anyways, measures in right at 5/8 of an inch. Then right here, we're at 7/8 of an inch.
Correction, 3/4 of an inch.
So if you want a cheap $7 to $10 upgrade, go to the junkyard, get a 244 rear sway bar. It is thicker than the wagon one. It's a $10 fix versus going to IPD and spending several $100s for a 21 millimeter. 19 millimeters just a little bit smaller, but eventually I might end up having to upgrade to a beefier one anyways, but for now this will do. All right, maybe third time's the charm. Battery kept going dead. Next morning, all right, so we got it back together. I was a little dark last night, but sway bar's on, fits just fine, clears everything on the 8.8. We'll take it for a test drive today. Still waiting to hear back from my guy on getting the tubing for the strut tower braces. But that's all for now.